So, for many reasons, I didn't stream on the full moon for the actual Sturgeon moon, but I'm here right by a lake. Like, we can literally see a lake outside of our window. We're on a trip. Lars has work, and so I'm inspired by the Sturgeon full moon, and it's been so intense that I figured, why not do sort of a lake inspired stream here and just talk about the energy. Where are we at now? You know? So I don't have many decks with me here on this trip. I've got some decks that Magic Moonbeam gave me actually. So we're gonna check on those. Hey, Anunnaki Starseed! More shout outs. So how are you all doing? I mean, it's been really intense, right? Everyone I've talked to has seemed to feel like this past week was like a climax of sorts. Like, it was really intense. The Lionsgate through this full moon, especially, which felt like kind of an extended period of time, but maybe we've been like building up to it. So I really want to know how you all are doing and how you're feeling. Where are you at? This is an energy check-in. So intense, found my art. Hey, so you found a new place, right? You're moving. I saw that on Twitter. That's so exciting. Still intense here, am I? Yeah, I was wondering, is it starting to come down for you, or where are you at? You're ready to release and receive, Sister Blue. That's so beautiful. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. Dead Chrome. Actually, it's just kind of part of the gig here. There are a lot of families who've come along for Lars's trip. Work trips are like music festivals. He plays at music festivals, and they put us all up. It's awesome, and there have been a lot of families here, so we're super lucky, feeling super lucky about that. Oh my goodness. Oh, cute. Hello, welcome. Good to see you, good to meet you. Hi, Gold Hairs, good to see you. It's later, so you're here. I'm so glad. I know that the morning streams are super early for you. I'm like, every now and again I do go live in the evening. I actually go live in the evening more often on YouTube, so I'm gonna throw that in here. You almost felt the urge to move today, but didn't much. Anunnaki Starseed. I understand. Yeah, I've been very tired. Like, very tired. It is true. On a Sunday, you're allowed to be lazy. I love that. Ted Chrome. So this is going to be a collective reading and just see kind of where we're at. And, of course, if anyone wants to redeem a channel point reading, we can do that after. And my plan here is actually to do kind of a shortish stream and to find a good friend to raid, because there's always my friends on like in the evening, you know what I mean? And I never get to raid them because I'm never on in the evening. So I'm excited for that. And then I'm actually going to go live on YouTube pretty soon after this to do a planning stream. So that's the plan this evening. We're going to do a short, like a collective reading, energy check-in, see how you all are feeling. And then I'm going to switch over to YouTube and do about an hour of planning. It's usually about an hour. Found my art, slept like 22 hours combined this weekend. So tired. Oh my gosh. Yes, I completely understand. Like, seriously, everyone's been so exhausted this full moon. It's wild. 3 tarot cards. Sounds good, Dead Chrome. So we'll get you after the collective reading. But yeah, just talking about the energy that we've been experiencing lately, and I'm shuffling the cards and trying to really tune into it and see what we see. Oh, Anunnaki Starseed, did the shooting star go? Because I didn't see it. Did anyone see that? I feel like, are the alerts not working? Hold on, let me check on this. Alerts. Nope. Aw, shoot. You know, we've been having such weird tech issues lately. I just moved the alerts to the top, so hopefully if they were hidden behind something. But did anyone even hear the sound? You saw it, but no audio. Oh, man. Well, let's see. Alert box. Maybe I turn that up a bit. Well, I've turned up the audio, so we'll see if that helps. My audio got all messed up this week. I've been having a million tech issues, y'all. All right, so let's do an energy check-in here. Oh, thank you for the support vibes on Anunnaki Starseed. And that worked better, right? I heard the aw. We're good. We're good now, I think. Let me know if you heard it. All right, so tuning into this lake energy and the sturgeon, which is a fish, by the way. We're thinking about the sturgeon full moon and coming off of it, and where are we at as a collective? Let's see. We've got Queen of Pentacles. I'm just going to pull 3 cards to start with. Where are we at? We're coming into ourselves. I feel that. The Emperor in reverse. We're undoing things. We're undoing things that were holding us down. And not just holding us back, but holding us down in order to come into ourselves, I think. Okay, what else? Queen of Pentacles, Emperor in reverse. I sense a shifting over into the feminine as well. Feminine type of energy, you know, which is receptive, intuitive. The Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. You didn't hear it? Oh my goodness. Well, I have it turned up as much as I can. I think. Interesting. Well, that's just going to be something that Lars and I have to figure out again.
Are the alerts not making sound?
I can hear the sound, but other people can't hear it.
Okay.
I'm going to pull 6. You know what? I wonder if this is kind of an ending of a cycle here. We're ending a cycle, we're starting a new one. You know, Magic Moonbeam was pointing out to me that this full moon is the last super moon of the season. You heard it, Found My Art? Oh, good. You heard it now? Okay, thank goodness. We got it. We got it. Everything has been so strange. The Chariot in reverse. Okay, so we've been going and going and going, and I think that we're finally at a point where maybe we need to slow down a bit. This is important for me to hear because, to be honest, I feel like I've been on this momentum of like going. And I just feel the need to kind of push through, even though I'm like, hey, my body can't take it, my emotions can't take it, my mind, my mental health, like I feel all these things. I'm sure Lars knows exactly what I'm talking about. We've been talking about, like, we've been basically moving for a few months. Glamburger and Navnia, thank you for the support vibes. Hello, friends. You know, we've been moving for the past few months, and we're getting towards the end where we finally found a place that we can rent. We've signed a lease. It's, you know, ours. Mai, thanks for doing shout outs. And I'm like, oh, I just want to get all our stuff in there, and I want to get it organized, and I want to do it now. Like, I want to just, you know, in the next few weeks, just like really pile all of that on and just get it over with so that we can be done. Well, I feel here with the Chariot in reverse, it's like, hey, you've been going for a really long time. It's time to slow down. It really is. And maybe we've been used to pushing ourselves to the edge. And that's like in this cycle, which is ending, the Wheel of Fortune followed by the Page of Swords in reverse. I feel like this cycle is ending. That's what we were used to. And now it's time to pull back. Does anyone else feel that? You feel that, Found My Art? We need to have that chill time. Absolutely. So what else is there for us? Oh, I'm shuffling this wrong. There we go. That's why you're hermiting. That sounds so good on Anunnaki Starseed. I mean, I think a lot of us were feeling the urge to hide this full moon. Like I've been getting that vibe, kind of like, hey, let's just hide for a moment. Knight of Cups in reverse as well. Yeah, it's like pulling inward, pulling back inward. We've had our hearts on the line. We've been so external. We've been so open. We've been very vulnerable with people, I think. And it's time to pull some of that back for ourselves, you know? But ultimately, we started with the Queen of Pentacles. It's for our highest good, you know? What we've been through, it's been really hard. A lot of stuff has come to the surface, you know? A lot of things have come to the surface, but it's ultimately for our highest good, I think. It's interesting. It's like our whole bottom row here are things turned around. It's like we're turning around, but we have to consciously pull some of these things back inward or pull them back to ourselves, you know? Light a candle. Oh, that's so beautiful. Gold hairs. Growth and wisdom for ascension. Thank you so much for that. I love that. I love that. Let me do my job. I'm sorry. I'm not used to it. Lars is usually, you know, chasing Arthur around at the same time as modding, so I'll let you do your job, Mai. I apologize. So is this resonating for you all? And what have you been going through specifically? If there's anything, I was thinking of pulling some cards, honestly. These cards are so small and fun that it makes me want to pull like tons of them. I want to pull some for specific situations, like for us, for moving. And I also know that people have gone through either conflicts or absolutely like having to cut people out too. You know what I mean? There's been like either things that are issues in relationships are coming up and you have to face them and sort of work them out, or sometimes lately I've noticed that it's like, okay, it's a time to cut that person out. And I'm curious about those two things, moving and relationships. So let me know if there's something else, another issue to pull on, but we're going to pull for both of those. So this is, again, still for the collective, but I'm pulling for people who have been moving during this time, considering moving, working towards moving. We've had job changes as well, too. 9 of Swords. All right, a lot of anxiety, a lot of being in our heads. Yeah, I've been feeling so like ungrounded and honestly kind of unsafe during this time, trying to move. Queen of Swords in reverse, not being sure what we want. Very Swords energy, very much in our heads. What's next? 2 of Pentacles. Oh, school starts for you tomorrow, Navnia? I hope it goes so well. So I feel here with the 2 of Pentacles, it's like all of these things that we're in our head about actually will come into balance, you know? And perhaps now we're starting this cycle here of coming into the balance. But like in terms of moving, and I certainly have felt this with Lars and me, and let me know if you've been, you know, I know Found My Art has been, you know, working towards moving and all of that. And if anyone else here has as well. I feel like there's been a lot of anxiety, a lot of being unsure, maybe even not being sure that you can find the right place or not being sure what you even want. We've changed our mind like a million times. Like a million times. Melinda Merlin, good to see you. Yes to cutting people out lately. It's so hard. It's so harsh. We're going to pull for that next. But yeah, relationships, things have just been coming to the surface. And it's good because it has to at some point, right? Like we don't want these things to linger, but at the same time, it's really intense and difficult when it does, yeah? Yay! Mike's doing the shout outs, I'm so glad. But in terms of moving, it's like, you know, I think all of these things that we've been in our head about actually, anything that we're worried about hasn't even like actually come to be, you know? but also it's almost like we didn't have to decide on the direction. The direction presented itself. I feel here with the Two of Pentacles. And the right thing comes, the right match comes our way. And this is a reminder to trust. And it's also showing that after this time of floating and unsurety and being very air, we're grounding down, you know, finding a place to land, being able to get back into a balance and rhythm again. So that's beautiful. You resonate with this? Oh, okay, good, good. And this is for relationships. I want to talk about relationships. I'm moving through things quickly, so if you've got anything that's been on your mind, you can ask me and I'll pull, still for the collective, but just kind of like this energy check-in after this full moon. So for relationships. Four of Wands reverse. It's like what you thought was stable, what you thought was something that you could count on, or a person that you could count on, and saying like, hey, our relationship is like this, right? It's like suddenly, oh wait, I can't count on this person. Or oh wait, this person's not going to be here for the long haul, and I thought that they were. I feel that with the Four of Wands. You resonate with this too, gold hairs? Oh, it's so good to get this feedback live. Like, I thought of just making a video, like a collective reading video, and then I was like, no, let's do it live, and let's get, like, the comments at the same time. 10 of Swords reverse. You know, in a way, though, even though we've thought of this person as being a stable part of our life or something that, like, you know, they're going to be here, with the 10 of Swords reverse, I almost feel like deep down we've known that it has to come to an end, and I think that some people are still holding on here too. But there's something, either like a certain behavior has to come to an end, or actually like relating to this person in our lives and interactions has to come to an end. But it's challenging. It's really hard to pull away. And maybe some people have tried before, you know, maybe like for some of us, this feels like a surprise. And for others, maybe it's been a long time coming, or maybe they've even tried to get out of it. And maybe some people are still trying, I feel. But at least toxic cycles are coming to the surface, right? With the 10 of Swords reverse, we're aware of them. And now we can see them better. Under the full moonlight, we can see it better. For you, it's yourself you can't rely on. Glamburger. Hierophant reverse. You know what too? It's like people who think that they're above us for some reason. For some reason they've placed themselves above us, but they're not. They're not above us. And realizing that, like kind of tearing down this hierarchy. This is something very intense, I think, with what Lars and I have been going through. Glamburger, let me know what you mean. I can pull some cards specifically for that. Are you talking about in terms of career or work? I know that that's been big on your mind lately. So we can pull for career changes. But yeah, that's the energy I'm feeling here with the relationships. You'll hold your word for a stranger more than myself sometimes. Anunnaki, that's so interesting to consider. Like, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, for career. Okay, let's pull for career. And are there any other topics, perhaps? Because we could pull another. I'll pull a line for career, and then maybe we could have something else. If anyone has something you've been thinking about or going through lately. All right, so career. After this full moon, as a collective, what do we have? 3 of Swords. I'm going to pull all 3 first. Queen of Wands reverse. It's like things not going how you would expect and then losing confidence, perhaps. The Tower in reverse, and not wanting to fully jump in. like not wanting to fully jump because of this loss of confidence, because Three of Swords is like, it just feels like major disappointment. For some reason, there's something that's been disappointing in terms of career. And in that disappointment, there's been this drop of energy or drop of confidence. And then it makes it difficult to jump. But I feel like now that we're on the other side of the full moon, that we should be building this back up. Like maybe first building up the confidence and building up the energy. So like taking care of yourself so that you physically have the energy to do what you want to do, and bring up, that confidence. And then, and maybe, I know that you've already jumped, Glamburger. I know that you've already jumped. But for the collective, it's like if you haven't yet, it's like kind of being on the brink and maybe gathering that energy up so that you can take a chance, you know? And then this disappointment won't even matter later. It'll seem silly, or it'll be like, hey, I actually learned from that. You know, we're in the realm of learning with the swords. I learned from that disappointment. That actually took me down the path I needed to go, but at the time I didn't realize it, and that's why I felt so drained and so low energy. Hi, D Art of the Soul. Collective spiritual journey, absolutely. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for lurking and vibing. I love that. So spiritually, our spiritual journey for the collective. We're kind of pulling, just for this aftermath of this full moon energy, which has been so intense for everyone. Eight of Pentacles reverse. You know, I almost feel like with this, like I just want to start that I feel like in some of the ways that we're being called to grow, maybe we've been holding ourselves back from, or it's been kind of scary. Like that's a road that I feel I don't know yet. Or maybe I'm going down a path that other people I know and I'm close to aren't on. And what is that? This is like my individual path or my individual growth, and I don't know how to ground into that because it's so new, or it's so just like uniquely mine, but so it feels right and it calls me, but at the same time I don't know if I'm ready. Maybe the Eight of Pentacles reverse is like, I don't know if I'm ready, which is interesting. It's been intense for you too, D. Oh my gosh, it really has been. Yeah, Dead Chrome, you will be next. We're doing a collective reading first. Oh, you're going to the store? Yeah, Dead Chrome, let me know what your question is and you'll be next, okay? But we're just pulling collective right now. So it's time to go inward. It's time to go inward with the Four of Swords and connect with what that is. And say, hey, I have something that's calling me and I've been holding myself back from going on it. But it's time to just, you know, it's not so scary, right? To just sit with it and imagine. Maybe it is. Maybe it is scary, but like this is the first step. Let me just let myself imagine. Let me just let myself connect. You know? Tracks for you. Spiritual journey is so unique that there's no blueprint for it. D, oh my goodness, you stream? Oh my goodness, I'll come follow you. D Art of the Soul. Hold on one second. It's so unique, there's no blueprint for it. And it is true because you are unique, you know? So if you're following with your true path, which we're all kind of forging our own path, I'm kind of imagining it like this. Like if you imagine a sun and all of the rays of the sun are going out and we're each a ray. So yes, we're united. Yes, we're all like drawing from the same light, but we're meant to have our own individual paths and forge our own individual ways too. Like otherwise, why are we all here having our own unique experiences? You know what I mean? So, okay, I'm coming to follow you right this second. Done. Oh wait, I already follow you. No way. What? I already follow you, D. That's so cool. Okay, cool. We've got your question here, Dead Chrome. You just saw the cutest little bunny. We kept pulling the rabbit card last week for like animal guidance. The sun. Whoa! Wait a second. We were just talking about the sun. I feel like this is total affirmation for that. So yeah, it's like recognize your own unique ray and think of it like we've got sunflowers here. It's almost like we each have a petal of this, you know, and it's all important for the whole, but each is totally unique and it's got its own way of growing. Yeah. Every petal is unique. Every ray from the sun has a purpose. D Dandy. Got it. That makes so much sense now. I was like, oh, wow. D Dandy, it's so good to see you. Oh, I love it. Okay, great. Yeah, so that's what I'm feeling here. So that's our collective reading for the tarot. And I'm gonna pull an oracle card. And I think that covers a lot of bases, but it's been really intense, and I feel a lot of, like, with all of those, there's sort of this self-doubt, or this like, oh wait, I can't do this. I thought I could do this. I can't do this. And I feel like Lars and I have been feeling that a lot with this whole moving journey, where we're like, yes, we're you know, this is gonna be great. And then pulling back, like, oh, wait, did we make the wrong decision? Wait, why did we leave our house? It was so safe and secure. Why, you know, and it's just this kind of like this pulling back, the self-doubt. But now that we're past the peak of the intensity, where everything's come to the surface, I feel like on this other side that we can maybe ease into it a bit more and go back into trust ourselves, trust the journey, yeah? So I think actually I'm going to pull from the Sacred Earth Oracle. So this is going to be our oracle card for the collective. Still talking about coming off of this full moon energy. All right. So for the collective, what message is there to finish out this reading? And by the way, you all, this is kind of a short stream. I mostly wanted to get on and do this collective reading. It just it felt really important to me to do it. And if anyone wants a channel point reading, we'll have one for Dead Chrome after this, and it's open for anyone else as well. But then I'm actually going to switch over to YouTube and do a little planning in my planner. So I'm going to have kind of a chill, relaxed time over there. So that's the plan. Motion. Wow. Okay, hold on. This is kind of in the way. We're not in our usual space since we're kind of on a trip here, so everything's weird. The lighting and everything is weird. Motion, though. You can take a look at that art. Let's see what our message is. All right. All right, so the earthly meaning, so this could have to relate to your like day-to-day life. It says cause and effect. Know what you want for the future and act accordingly. Be aware of the forces influencing your decisions. A spoke in the wheel is a minor setback, not a disaster. Deal with it quickly and move on. D, oh my goodness, thank you so much for the bits. You love collective readings. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you. Are we going to open the fairy doors today? Thank you, D. Thank you, thank you. I'm calling the bits fairy dust. That's so sweet. Yeah, I felt like it was important. I've heard from, oh gosh, I want to say over 10 different people saying that they've been through so much this past week, like with the Lionsgate and then the full moon. It feels so intense, and it was like, man, at the full moon itself, I certainly didn't feel up for like tapping into the energy, but today I do. Shifting a single limiting belief will release a flood of creativity, insight, and confidence. There we go. Shifting that limiting belief. we were talking about that, like all of the self-doubt, you know, in all of the different areas. It seemed like self-doubt was peeking its head. Replace hoping for change with acting for change. The spiritual meaning is you have the power to free yourself from the lingering sense of guilt and fear that is holding you back. You can choose to let go, or you can hold on. This card encourages you to release the blocks in your otherwise divine plan and be free. Remove the debris of doubt and be moved to hope as love and clarity flow within you once more. And the insight is, everything is in constant motion. Hey, we talk about that all the time in the movement practice in the morning ritual stream. Everything's always in motion, right? Just made me think of that. Coastlines, continents, and mountains are all moving. Some things move much slower than others, and movement can be imperceptible. Our planet is moving, so even as we sit still, we're changing our position in space, and all that movement has a cause. Every movement is caused by another, going all the way back to the first movement, the very first act at that point of creation. It makes me think, too, of how we're all kind of moved by the same energy. Like, yes, we all have our individual experience and path, but we're all being moved by this full moon, whether we notice it or not. And what's nice about this community and people here, like people kind of tuned in with the cycles and spirituality, is like, okay, we can recognize that and maybe we can prepare for it, or at least know, okay, this is where it's coming from. But a lot of people I know who aren't really into that are also experiencing these huge shifts and these big feelings and self-doubt and all the stuff we were talking about, and maybe don't realize how much of a collective experience this is too, you know? It's like we can be here for each other because we know we're experiencing this flow of energy in a similar way. I think that's really beautiful. All right, it says motion is predictable and largely mechanical. There we go, like going with the cycles, we can look ahead, yeah. Setting a goal or a dream in motion is not a mysterious undertaking. It is mechanical. It requires action. The act of study moves ignorance to knowledge. A first attempt brings you closer to achievement. An act of love moves chaos to harmony. Newton's first law of motion states that every object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change its state by the action of an external force. Likewise, people rarely change course unless compelled to do so by something outside of themselves. Knowing your underlying motives, the forces that compel you, can predict your direction. But it is your actions that take you there. Carly, hello. Good to see you. It's so good to see you, Carly. How's it going? Oh, Dee, I'm so glad it's resonating. So yeah, I was gonna say something else about this. Oh, it's the word catalyst. I feel like all of this intensity also is meant to be a catalyst, or maybe the catalyst actually happened earlier. You know, maybe this all started moving in this direction a few months ago. I feel that. And then we've kind of reached this climax, which lasted a really long time, I feel. I feel like it was sort of that Lionsgate moving into this full moon, and we're still in that full moon energy. Like, I know, Maya, you were saying it still feels really intense. But it's like that catalyst was necessary to get us through whatever changes we're supposed to get through so that we can get to the other side and have a bit more rest and groundedness. But we're like grounding ourselves in a better place on this other side. And maybe we don't feel it quite yet, but it's on the horizon, you know? So that's really what I'm feeling with this collective energy. And like I said, I was thinking about just filming this and putting it on YouTube, but I wanted to do it live to get your feedback. So do let me know in the chat, like if you're resonating with this or what you're thinking about this what this full moon has been like for you, or this past week, or Lionsgate, or any of it. And now we're on the other side. But I am going to clip this and put it on YouTube, so also let me know in the comments.